Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, this is HAL Formula. Welcome, everybody. When I get high on speed. Japanese manga like a drug to me. I'm Moxidine, here with the man who's pedal to the metal every time he drives. It's Isekai Sensei Sama Brad. Brad, how you doing?
I've only ever gotten one speeding ticket.
That's impressive. Me too.
And I was pretty pissed about it because I was going the same speed as everyone around me.
Ooh, those are the worst ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back with week 2 of Shonen Jump Drop.
Week 2 and a bit.
Week 2 and a bit. Oh yes, a bit for us. We were unavailable the last couple of days. This is 2 days afterward on Tuesday. But we are back with HAL Formula. Animal Signal was last week. Animal Signal Chapter 2. Good time. Thumbs up.
Animal Signaru.
Signaru. Did you read Chapter 2?
I did.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did everything I wanted.
It did exactly what you wanted it to do.
It did everything that I wanted it to do, which was great.
A little thing encapsulated in one chapter where you get some animal facts, and it's cute.
And also just the
fun.
characters are charming.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
I
Keep
feel
it
like,
up.
I don't remember if we talked about this last week, but it's like, this feels like, I think we did on the episode, this feels like what Somebody Hurts was supposed to be for me and isn't. I know that's not what it's called. Or was it that? Did I get it right this time?
I don't know. This one feels like it's got comedy in it, but it feels like the comedy is just like part of the whole as opposed to Someone Hurts. The first chapter felt like it was supposed to be a comedy, but then it turned out there was actually a slice of
But it is. But it's just
romance.
The thing was that the comedy just actively was really unfunny because there was a lot of it. Whatever. I'm getting distracted. So yes, this is HAL Formula. This is by Kenta Terasaka, who we've seen twice on this show before. First with Beast Children, never forget. And then with Green Green Greens, also never forget, but in a different way than Beast Children.
Technically, we saw Green Green Greens first.
Correct. But Beast Children, he came... Yeah. I had him out here. Good for him keeping at it. I don't think we've seen an author this many times show back up and jump and try again.
He's gonna cure the sports curse if it kills him.
Well, I mean, also if it kills Jump, they keep trying. So yes, this first chapter of HAL Formula dropped June 14th, 2026. We are 2 days after that. I have an interesting story for the localizer. Localization was by Misa of Japanese Ammo.
I saw that.
Because at first I was like, because it just said Misa quotation Japanese ammo, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't find if she had done other manga before. I did then, because I found one of her... Actually, I'll get to that in a moment. She has, but I couldn't find a perfect list. But from Googling led me to learn she's a Japanese language YouTuber, the channel being called Japanese Ammo, about learning Japanese for English speakers. So that's neat. It seems that she's been around for at least a decade. And I know I could not find her properly on like Anime News Network, where I usually find my stuff, but I saw when I was trying to search for it's like localized manga. And there's like a video of many years ago that she's like, I localized this Pokemon manga for America officially. So she's localized manga before. I don't know how much, but like this is very clearly a long-running Japanese English language
credited with
person,
her YouTube channel.
Which was like, that's why I was like, wow, that's
interesting.
Neat. I mean, that's what she's known as.
Yeah.
So like,
good for her.
Cool. I know, exactly. That's why I was just like, yo, like at first I was just like, what the frig frag is this? And then when I Googled and I learned, I'm like, you've been at this like a long time, and like I mean, it was specifically because I had heard the name of the channel in the title, and a lot of people are like, "No, this is like a really good channel for learning this stuff at." So
I
was just like,
if B or Ben knows about her.
That is a good question. If you know about Japanese Ammo, the YouTube channel, let us know because I sure didn't. But I'm glad we started diving for the localizer and the letterer because that's a lot of fun. And lettering though is a familiar name, Phil Christie, who we recently saw on Alien Headbutt. So glad to know he's got a new project.
I mean, Phil Christie's always going to have a new project.
Oh, yeah. But it's always good point to point when you see the... I guess also, side note, did we learn nothing's ending right now? There's things that are getting close.
That was so weird.
They can just decide.
But this happened last batch, too.
Yeah.
Except last batch, Elusive Samurai did end. It just ended a week after the new series that was replacing it started.
What were the two? What was said was probably being near the end?
Or maybe that was 2 batches ago.
That might have been 2 batches. I don't know anymore.
I forget which one it was. But I distinctly remember we were like, hey, nothing ended for this.
Yeah.
And then it was like, actually, Elusive Samurai
It'll be ending soon. They want to go out on their own terms, and this is many
yeah.
chapters they need. So that's how it goes.
So right as of recording this, that could be happening. We don't know.
We don't know.
As far as we know,
none of the ones that I'm
nothing
reading
is
are
being
near
replaced.
the end.
Yeah.
Surprise, One Piece ends next week in the middle of a Brook flashback. Lol. No, that wouldn't happen. That's insane. He's got to find One Piece first. And with that information out of the way, let's get to my patented Mach Speed manga. I'm getting worse at this. My patented Mach Speed manga summary. I should get that right. This is a book about a manga about going fast. Step on it. Drive.
I've been in this place. It's right wrong.
That was what I was going to do. The original intro was going to be Deja Vu. Because both that we had covered Initial D, and this is another one about driving fast and recklessly.
Different kind of racing.
But similar concept of like, it's scary because you have to brake at the right time or you die.
But this one's not illegal.
Correct. This one's official. Step on it. Drive. Step on it. Burn it. Step on it. Go faster. Turn everything in my body into fuel. That was really cool to read. That was not as cool to say out loud. I was hoping it would, but it did not.
I was reading it going, Moxie's just going to do this word for word, and it's not going to work.
It didn't. It did not. I don't think I thought if it would work or not, because I know when person listening, reading it, if you haven't read this chapter yet, reading it, it feels a lot cooler than me saying it like I just did.
Yeah, all the boxes are like spread out and everything.
You really felt it. That turn everything in my body into fuel was like, what an opener line. Hell yeah. So, quote page?
Yes, but one of the better ones.
Because it's more abstract.
It's very abstract, but also very relevant.
It's got a vibe. It's not telling you information more than it's giving you a vibe, which I like. Again, with our one day we'll just go through a bunch of first chapters on the Jump app and like make a big, not a tier list, but like a classification. Use a tier list as a structure online and then make a classification of it. Chapter 1, Step on It. I missed opportunity to call it Lap 1, but that's me. May 2017, Fuji Speedway, Shizuoka Prefecture.
I wonder why 2017.
Okay,
I have to assume there's
I have thoughts about that later
skip,
that turned to be bad, that turned to be nothing, but it was like I thought about the whole like why 2017? We meet the reporter-photographer team of Junior Mira Ono and Senior Daisuke Mitsuka as they give us exposition about where we are and what's going on. It dawned on me writing the summary that I don't think we saw them again after this chapter.
You specifically named them, but we only see them for like a page and a half.
I did that because they're introduced so clearly as like, well, obviously these will be recurring characters. And I'm like, when I came back for this, I'm like, no, they never showed up again.
I mean, they might be.
They might.
But they don't show back up in this chapter.
It's not the first time. It's not the only time he does that this chapter. We learned from them this is a WF4 race, the bottom of the barrel, with WF1 being at the top. These are formula races. Did they ever say formula racers? Like, did they describe what? Did they use a word to describe it? I don't think they did.
I am assuming it's world formula.
That makes sense.
Because when you talk about in real life, it's just F1.
Yes.
And F2, and which is just Formula 1. So
that makes sense. HAL form. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Something has just dawned on me that I'm confused about now. But yes, this is a WF4 race, the bottom of the barrel, with WF1 being at the top. But these are the stars of tomorrow, hopefully, including our lead, Miharu Suzukaze, age 19. His younger brother, Haruka Suzukaze, age 4, cheers on from the stands. Miharu tries to calm his nerves as he's about to hit an important turn and screws it up, sending him into a spin and crashing his car.
One thing to point out about the younger brother,
yes,
and specifically age 4. People were speculating about this and worried that this was just like a different child, sort of like the Speed Racer thing, where it's like the monkey and the little kid and everything. But very specifically, it is a 4-year-old little brother, and so it works just fine. Nothing weird about it.
No. Now, after the race, Miharu gets chewed up by the racing team's director, Ryoko Toba, for being a bad racer. Get your act together. Another person we were given a very clear name title for. Actually, no, she does show back up. She does come back. But it's weird because at first he's like really nervous and she's like, oh, it's fine. And then also she just goes, it's actually not fine. Fuck you. And I'm like, why did you bait and switch me then? Why? Whatever. Upon leaving, Miharu picks up his younger brother Haruka from an old woman who it's not clear who she is.
She was just watching him.
I'm like, is this grandma? And I'm like, no, they never clarify that. And we never see her again.
Just
very strange.
Someone watching the kid.
Miharu has had to raise Haruka all by himself since their parents died. Despite his sad state, Haruka tries to cheer up his older brother. Haru, springtime will come. You'll get to the WF1. We learned that there are only 20 WF1 drivers in the world.
That doesn't sound right.
But that's rad, though, isn't it? It's the top of the world for racing. Well, because what? If every race has all of them, 20 seems like a good number.
Maybe.
If it's the top, like these are the top. Because I mean, if you didn't have 3 other segments of getting people to that point, I could say I'm confused. Of like, how does the sport only have 20? But this is like the top.
I know a bunch about F1 because it comes up on Reddit all the time.
Because your stand power, newly renamed Think About Things. Brad's stand power that allows him approximate knowledge of all things is Think About Things.
But there's a couple key pieces of information about F1 that I just do not know. And when I saw, I was like, there's only 20 F1 drivers. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I mean, again, it's WF1, Brad. It's different.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this isn't the real world.
Yes, it's 2017, Brad. It's totally different.
Yeah. Now there's 40 of them.
Yeah.
But back then there were only 20.
Ever since he was a kid, he loved racing, but it seems now he's reached his limit, though he's trying to put on a brave face for his little bro. The next day at the daycare, Haruka is bullied by another kid. Your big bro ain't all that. Let's watch his next race together and you'll see. Bring it on, Haruka shouts. Then they watch the race and once again Miharu loses miserably.
That was a bad bet.
Yeah, it was a bad bet. In a rage at his bro being taunted, Haruka hits the kid, smack-talking his brother. Miharu feels guilty that his losing driving caused this to happen. Miharu remains nervous as he still loses. It all comes down to braking at the last second for these corners. Everyone out there is risking their lives, but he can't keep up. So good news! Management is letting him go after his next race. We wanted to help you after the whole no parents thing, but you've been getting worse with each race. This is the freedom he's been secretly wanting, but he still feels like garbage. A moment happens where I really think one of them is going to get hit by a truck in the rain. But no. Did you get this?
Yes.
I'm canceling out. Because 2017, and I'm like, one of them has a death flag, but I can't tell which one it is. Because part of me was like, no, fuck it. We got to save it. I'm almost done with the summary. Let me finish the summary, and then we're talking about the death flags. Because holy shit. But no, they're not. None of them die. The two have a conversation about Miharu losing his job as a racer that he just can't keep up. Haruka cries and gives him the silent treatment for the day until he finally asks if he's scared of racing. Yes, I'm scared. In this moment, Haruka builds up the courage to jump over a water channel, something he was too scared to do earlier in this story. You've been working so hard, big bro. You've been scared, but what am I doing if I can't get over my fears either? He says before making the leap. Again, this really felt like a death flag moment. Both of them had death flags for me reading this. It was very odd. A big emotional moment is had as a sobbing Miharu hugs his brother as he apologizes. It's now race day. We have a commentary team that is mostly here to point out Miharu is driving like a completely different person. Again, like characters that are given a weird amount of like backstory because it's like this was a racer and he's like getting excited as a racer.
I'm sure that guy's going to come back.
I would hope so. I'm hoping everybody we met and was given a name card is going to come back.
Yeah.
Yes, is pointing out that Miharu is driving a completely different person as he really puts pedal to the metal and caution to the wind for his brother. A crash happens, but he just keeps driving through it, despite that being a terrifying, incredibly dangerous thing to do.
He literally got hit in the face with a piece of something.
Well, his screen did. His window did.
No, his helmet is cracked.
Oh, shoot. I missed that bit. I think it was just like, oh my gosh, dude, what if there was a person in that space that you drove through?
It literally
that's why you don't drive through
in the face.
That's why you don't drive through the smoke in a crash, because a human might be in there in their car and you'd kill both of you.
Yeah.
I already said that. If I don't step on it now, when will I ever? With that, he claims first and gets to keep his job. And with that, his journey begins. It seems like it.
We didn't get an answer to that.
We didn't get it. We end in a strange but not terrible spot. So yeah, death. I got to get this death flag thing. The 2017 was either like, well, obviously the little brother dies, so it gives him a reason to be like, I have to keep going on because there's like a part where his little brother makes him a little like pretend medal out of like a gold special paper. So I'm like, oh, him dying will be the like, I got to carry on his memory, and that's what he wanted from me was to win this race, so I'm going to throw caution to the wind. But then my other thought was maybe it's 2017, maybe the older brother dies, and then we get a time skip to go, little bro wants to carry on his brother's legacy, and then he becomes a racer.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those were I mean, I guess I'm glad the little brother didn't die, but I kind of got sad. I'm like, man, the older brother dying and having a time skip with that guy with this after this intro seems actually kind of really interesting. What was your thing? Because you had a similar thought, but how did yours work out? Because if you only give him a couple years and he's 16.
The brother would be 18 in 2026.
Yeah.
Damn. I was thinking like, well, no, because I had the same feeling at probably two different points.
What do you mean he'd be? Wait, no, he'd be 13. Wait, no, let me do math. We said 20. It happens in 2017.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, you did math correctly. It's 9 years. He's 4. He'd be 13.
13.
But give him a couple. Just like age him up. Like give him a couple more years because who cares if it's 2016 or a little in the future.
Anyway,
yeah,
I had
make him 16.
I had a similar thought. Death flags, but then I was like, but they're both on the cover.
Could be a bait and switch. I don't know.
It could be
the moment where it's raining and you see the shot. It's like at a page turn when you just see the little brother standing by himself in the rain.
Yes.
And it is like my brain is screaming at me like, this is a death flag. When you turn the page, he's going to get hit by a truck. Like it was just so like.
Turns out this was an isekai.
In another world where I'm a Formula One racer. It was just. I'm putting this out now. Listener, come into our Discord. We're going to tell you more about that later if you're somehow not already there. Did you get the sensation that one of these characters had a death flag, even though this is a sports manga about racing? Because it was the most just like, he's like, I literally stopped, put it down, went, no. Like, I honestly thought the manga was going to kill him with the truck just hit him. Because it's that look of like, it's the frame is slightly cut off as if something is going to approach and you can't, like, it was very strange. Yeah. I don't know why it was like, I think the rain didn't help. The rain on a street and the way it was, whatever. Right. So I liked this manga when I read it, and now time has passed, and reading the summary, I feel slightly more sour on it, but I don't know if that's just me going, man, there's a lot of checks this thing wrote, and I don't know how it's going to cash them now.
I think what's happening here is that there's a lot of good stuff here, but there's also a couple things that just sort of like set you back a little bit, and so collectively, you're still sort of in the middle.
Yes, because it's like when now that I have time, because it was like tone, like the way it was put together, I liked. Like there's certain manga. I mean, we've seen it with the show. There's certain manga in the moment. I'm like, I didn't really like that, and then when I go back and I think about it, I go, no, actually, I had a good time with that. Like once the immediacy kind of floats away, you're kind of left with something. And this is one where I go, I had a really good time reading. I was like, that's like, wow, we're 2 for 2 for good manga this one. I went like, it's not bad, but it's just like, yeah.
I enjoyed it overall.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. For me, I mean, as in by which I mean me too. Not that I'm agreeing with you that you had a good time.
So there's two things that upset me in here.
Okay.
I'm going to preface this because we have this argument all the time.
Okay.
I am not saying that it shouldn't have happened. I'm not saying it's bad storytelling or anything like that. It is things that people do in real life that piss me off. And so when I read it here, it also pisses me off. Okay.
Okay.
The thing where the little brother was over at that bully kid's house and they got in a fight.
Yeah.
And then the parent, the mom.
Blames the kid. It's like, don't you know your own son? But also it's supposed to be like, here, again, it's the storytelling. Here's another injustice. But no, I felt that one.
Yeah. And like, I've seen that enough times in other series and all that kind of stuff, but it pisses me off. And I'm not going, oh, mangaka, you're condoning this or something, but it's like it gets a visceral reaction from me. And then the second one was the fact that the racing team is like, you're fired after the next race, and he's like, I'm gonna risk my life now, and I'm just like, no, that sends the wrong message.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what I come away from it with, is that like, it's weird to see a protagonist just sort of amorphously get worse as you're seeing him go through the thing he's supposed to be doing.
I think I understand
I think the races, you spend some time with some of them, but the specifics of them were just so like not interesting and banal to me, because it's like he's in the lead except when he's not. Then he's in the back. Why is he in the back? Because he is. Because he's shitty at it. Like that's why it's
except I don't think he was actually in the lead until the very end.
No. But I mean, like, his positioning is not like, there's one where he's like, I think it's the first race where he's like further ahead, and then it's just like, and then he gets nervous and he falls behind, but the particulars aren't there. But also it's like, maybe we're not spending time on the particulars, but it's like,
I will say that I think the actual racing tended to be not all that clear.
Correct. Yes.
And I think that could be. I don't necessarily think it's the art that's the problem, like the framing and everything. I think it's down to the narration, as in like the sports commentators commentating it, because the way that they speak, while it's probably exactly like an actual race commentator, to a normal person who doesn't watch that stuff, I could not follow it.
Well, I mean, it's the whole, like, this is a thing that's about movement and positioning, and we can't really get either of those meaningfully without, like, a billion panels that are mostly useless.
The way they mix up, like, the race team name and the driver's name and the number of the car and, like, all this stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know where anybody is. Okay, our protagonist is in last.
These are vibes.
That's all I need to know.
I would say, at least for this first chapter, they're very vibes-based race, and like it's like emotional, like, because it's the emotional arc of what's going on. But it's like, again, I come back to my. I feel like my main, not mission statement. Like this is my main thesis. My thesis statement of this is that this manga has checks it needs to cash, because it's like, was the story told in this one akin to a one shot? Compelling? Yes. It's like, okay, now he's driving recklessly. And then what?
Now,
what does that have to do with his actual drive? Is it just like because then as soon as he drives recklessly, it's like, oh, and then he wins when he's driving like a madman, and it's like, and then what?
So there's two.
Because
the
actual mechanics of the race were fairly, to me, uninteresting, even though it was a good emotional cradle to hold the story, because it's like they're doing this dangerous fast speed thing, but it's like, I don't know where you go after that.
I think there's two sides to this. There's the side of like why he was doing worse, and then there's the side of what allowed him to win. So to start off, I think the way, and this is just my understanding of the reading, so we might be getting different things out of this, but
so lay it on me.
I think the story is trying to establish that when he was younger, he was really, really good. And then when he got into it professionally, either because his parents died or something else going on, every single race, he's becoming more and more scared, which is causing him to do worse. And that they were very specific that he is braking earlier than everybody else, which is allowing them to get around him. So that was the key race part of it.
Yes, I would agree with that as the reading. I don't know when specifically that happens, but that's why it's like when he gets quote unquote fired, he's like, there's a bit of him that feels relieved, because he's just like, oh, I've been scared to do the thing that I love, and it's like, that seems like a good reason to stop doing it, because that seems a very unhealthy, toxic place to be in.
Right. Now,
but also, what else does he do to raise money as a 19-year-old who has no skills but driving really fast?
Now
he can deliver tofu down the mountain, obviously.
I don't think he was the best driver before, and I don't think at the end it's trying to say that he's somehow an excellent driver all of a sudden. I think the very key thing to the last bit where he wins is that he had a moment, and just a singular moment, where he overcame his fear, and that allowed him to go through the crash. And everyone else was taken out by the crash, basically.
Yeah,
and so it's not that he was somehow a better racer than them. It's just that he got pretty lucky in that moment.
Yes, and with the emotional fulcrum of the manga, this first chapter being that his fear was keeping him back, and this is the moment where he had a very explicit moment where he chose to push past the fear, and that gave him the victory, because that's how stories work.
Yeah, and I think as far as a one chapter character arc that I think can continue, I like that. I think that's
I was
good
compelled
premise.
by it.
Yeah.
But I come back to, and then what happens? It's like, does he do it again? Is he still working with it and making the moment where he did something about it feel kind of...
If we come back next chapter and he's just not afraid anymore, then that's not good.
Because it's like, that's always the thing. It's like, I feel like with so many of these sports ones that I always harp on, I know this is sports adjacent, but it's like, and then where do we go?
Right.
Because it's like, well, he got his younger brother got over it, and then he got over it. So the main fulcrum of the chapter is done, and it's like, does he have his job back? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, is he? Because that was because it's like
knows?
the actual act of the racing, but that could have just been like, hey, we're focusing on this emotional story, and we'll get into more of the nitty gritty later. But it was like, if it comes down to like, I have to hit the brakes at the last second, and that's what is making me lose because I have fear. It's like, okay, and then what else? Like, I feel like this is the problem that I kind of had with Ikuden Bros, where it's like, you're running. In life, that's impressive. In art, this is why I always come back to like baseball and other sports. It's like, there's not many states you can be in racing.
Yeah.
You're either racing good, you either hit the times, or you don't.
Yeah, and part of the thing that makes racing exciting is seeing the cars go fast.
Which you
and
can't,
you can't do that
a
in manga.
Man, do I want to try to read, even though I said I didn't want to, or try to watch the anime then of Initial D, which I also said I wanted to do. Like, this is making me think about Initial D and going like, Initial D had other things going on with it. I can hear the of whatever, whichever I think that's Speedy Speed Boy starting up. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by
the
Euro
music
beat.
in your head.
Yes. Yeah, wow. I had such a good time when I read this, and I feel like I've just turned on it super hard. Like, not from what you've said, but like literally just like reading the summary and just going, yeah, wow, where do we kind of go next? Like, I don't really.
I think I think the second chapter is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yes. Because it's going to have to tell me what this manga is, because
Right.
this is feeling like the thing I keep coming back to with a lot of these Jump series, where it's just like, you wrote a one-shot,
Yeah.
and this is the one-shot. And the thing with the one-shot is that you get to have an entire emotional arc, beginning, middle, and end in a singular chapter, because that's what makes it a one-shot. And it's like, you have to have story left. You've already caught the mail card,
I think
feels
I think you really nailed it with that description. I do think that there is an underlying narrative that could carry this for a long time, because there's 4 levels of formula racing
But like,
that
what
he can move up through.
What does that look like?
Well, right. There's
'cause,
got to be something else.
Neither of us
there.
liked the mechanics of the actual race.
Right.
Were both uninteresting and unclear.
But I'm wondering.
And as a storytelling fulcrum, it was fine. But when we have to spend time with this, you can't hand wave the main thing your manga is about.
Right.
Because why the fuck am I reading it if it can't even spend time with the thing that makes it different from the other ones?
I'm wondering if like we didn't get the full experience of a race because there was a lot to get through for the emotional journey within this chapter.
Again, that's why I come back to the
going forward.
Chapter
we'll
2 has the thing of we need to see one of these people we've because I'm assuming it's like, hey, if these characters show up later, the way you planted the seeds and introduced them now is great. I like that. Because it makes the world feel big, but you didn't waste, like you didn't, sometimes, we've had these where they get bogged down going like, here's the whole cast, and I go, I didn't need all this. But this was like you introduced your cast and used them as the fulcrum to exposition. If we never see them again, they become bad introductions of just, you didn't have to introduce them so specifically like a character if you weren't going to use them again in the future. But it seems like they would. It just seemed odd that they didn't this one. We had to do other things. We didn't have time to spend time with the race or the car or the company. What are the other racers for that company? Like, I don't know. Like, those are questions I'm asking. I'm not really like, man, I need answers to those, because it's like, well, you didn't make me even know that those could be interesting questions to ask. But like, again, I feel like more than anything we've read recently, Chapter 2 has so much that it could pay off, because again, we like Green Green Greens, but also like, how good was Green Green Greens at actually doing things with golf, or how much of it was that golf
They didn't even play an actual game of golf for a long time.
Which again, I like with sports stuff, but it's like, how much was the golf the vessel to tell the story and not actually important to what was going on?
And since this is like, he's already established as a driver, there isn't like, oh, let's build up to actually playing the game. It's like, no, he's already doing
He's already driving, and the main drawback he had in it that we were told about was that he was scared, and now he might not be. And then it's like, but you told me all the other drivers, because you got to be fucking crazy to be doing these last minute breaks to hit the turns. Like, it just seems like, and where do we go now? Like, I just don't. Like, also, I'm just uninterested by. You know what they should have done instead of Formula One? Freaking rally car racing. I remember learning about rally car racing from
those guys are crazy.
Awesome Games Done Quick this year. It was the cool, like, because that there you go. Shonen Jump, do that, and the person who's reading the instructions is the love interest woman. Or the other way around. Maybe it's the woman's the driver and the boy is giving, like, then they have to, and it's like dates where they have to go to the courses and like figure out and talk to, like, again, Shonen Jump, hire us. We can pitch you ideas. Like, that's fun and interesting and has other things going on with it.
Have you ever seen the inside view of one of those rally cars crashing?
No, what I'm sure. Is it terrifying or is it incredible?
No, that's the thing. Because if you watch the outside view of one of those, you go, oh my God,
Yeah.
they're going to die. Holy shit. And then you watch the inside view and they're just sitting there like, do-do-do-do-do.
It's just
yeah. Dunk, dunk, dunk,
Yeah.
dunk, do-do-do-do-do.
The car's built to.
Right, because they're
But I think
literally
anything is
sitting
more just-
inside a hardened steel cage.
Yeah.
But it's just
I feel like
it
anything
looks
that's
so
more dangerous
horrific.
is whatever they run into.
Right.
Maybe I got to learn more about rally car racing. But like Formula car, because it's mostly just you go really fast. How much maneuvering is there? I don't know. Like
You are breaking the car, Samir. Samir, you are breaking the car. That's a good one. I don't remember if his name's actually Samir.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounded.
There's
great.
I think it might actually be a parody. But there's a video of a rally car race. It's on the inside, like looking forward.
Yeah.
And I think they're either like Indian or Arab, and they're doing this race, going through the trees and everything, and the direction person, whatever that's called,
that
they have a
title's
specific
called.
name,
Yeah, they do.
is just berating the driver constantly
In
because he's
between
like
directions.
not following the directions properly. And then at some point he's like, he hit something or whatever, and he's like, you're breaking the car. Stop breaking the car. It's really good.
Okay, we'll have to find that then. But yeah, I just Formula One racing, just like again, it's the Ikenin Bros thing. It's like, and they're running and they're driving very fast, and
Yeah.
again, because it's like in life, it's like yes, that's really impressive, but this is a manga. This is a work of fiction that doesn't move. He's just going to like. There's no. Did somebody crash? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, clearly somebody crashed here, but we didn't care because we didn't meet them. So
Yeah.
it was just mostly that he drove through a crash like an insane-oid.
Unlike Ikenin Bros, this has me interested enough that I want to see where it goes.
I want to see if it can pay the checks it's written.
Sure.
Because I think
It's a different kind of curiosity, but it's still curiosity.
I think, hey, I want to get paid, my dude. Because I think those checks are gonna bounce. That's what I think. I don't have. Again, I really
they're
thought
gonna bounce like that guy's head off the pavement.
There you go. Better not bounce, or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Hey, I was Cars based. That was a Cars based reference. The art was fine. I don't remember thinking anything too particular.
I mean, it was definitely what's his name, Terracasa.
Yeah, the green greens.
It's definitely his style.
And I like his style.
I think
chill.
I think he's dialing it in every time.
I would agree with that.
If you look at Beast Children, it's sort of
Kind
scratchy.
of a mess, yeah.
And then Green Greens, you can tell that it's the same artist, but it's like a little bit more
Professional, put together.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't
Smoothed? I don't know.
Sure.
And then you look at this and it's like, oh yes, this is his style.
This is
but
somebody
it's
coming back and
more
iterating on
smoothed again.
themselves.
So
yeah.
I think I'm excited for it. I like this guy, even though he keeps writing things that get canceled.
He keeps writing freaking porn. Why did I say porn?
I don't know.
Sports.
He keeps writing porn.
Maybe you should start writing porn. Maybe you're really good at it.
Maybe he does.
He's good at emotional arcs and stuff. Like that's the thing.
It'd
It's
be
like
great for a porn.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, but not actually because my brain's cooked today. It seems. It was the
Listen,
office day.
it's a
today, people.
Tuesday evening. We both worked all day.
We both worked. We were both in office today, which is not normally a Tuesday thing for me.
in office, which is nowhere near where we are right now.
Correct. And I go to the gym after my in-office day, and I get my ass kicked on purpose. But no, I just wish he would stop writing sports series.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like I've seen his improvements. We've covered all of those manga. I've read a chunk enough of Beast Children, and I read all of Green Greens.
I think he's obviously interested in people's growth through the medium of sports.
Then just move the medium because the medium never seems that important.
Yeah, but
because like I said, he's so good at the emotion. Like just make that into a shonen-y thing.
But what would he latch on to?
He's got to find it. I don't know.
Musical theater.
There you go. I don't know. I said that. I pitched that idea once. But yeah, that's what we said. I mean, obviously, I feel like where it goes up the ranks. Parents dead in car accident,
Probably.
but unrelated to racing.
I don't know. Because he was racing from a very early age.
But I think he just liked. They made it sound like he just liked racing.
Well,
'Cause it's
yeah,
like they
but
show him in a little go kart. Like I don't think that's like.
I feel like the parents have to be connected to racing in some way.
But when you say that in that moment, or is that like what the
I think
parents
that's
feel is
probably going to be a
kept
longer,
for later?
Yeah.
It just seems so weird. It's like both parents are dead. He is also parent, and it's like, yeah, I guess he's got a bunch
Maybe
more
they were rally
responsibilities.
car drivers.
Again, that's the manga I'd rather be reading. That's more
What if
interesting.
you already figured it out? It's just, that's this manga.
This is this manga. No, I want to read the other manga.
You want to read the manga that's about the parents.
Yeah, when they were teenagers.
But don't have them
getting into
die.
rally car racing. Well, it's before they die. Is there any other things that I missed?
I mean, we sort of covered where we think it'll go.
Yeah.
As far as all of those different things.
My main thing is you wrote a bunch of checks. Please cash them.
Yeah.
But
At
I
least
will be
one.
I'll be back next chapter.
If
my main-
one of the checks gets
The
cashed,
main
I'll be
check
happy.
I want cashed is just going, what is this manga now? Because it really feels like you wrote a one shot and caught the mail truck, and I don't know where to go now in a way that's meaningful. But that's the writer's job. So, wow me. I had a good time when I was reading it. In the moment, it felt good. Let's give me another of those.
Stop thinking about it so much.
There you go. No. Stop thinking about it. This thing that tells you to look inside about how you're feeling, how this person's feeling related to what the thing they do is.
Okay. My thinky thoughts.
What do you think he thinks?
I'm going to say great to good. I'm going to go
Okay.
down
Okay.
because I think the premise is great. I think the framing device is great. I think I can say I think the art is great.
Yeah.
I think the characters are great.
Yeah, I like the two. Oh, wait, sorry. I need to throw a whole break on this thing. Why is it called HAL formula?
I don't know.
What's the HAL from?
Who knows?
Because I was reading, like, wait a minute. Nobody's named HAL or part HAL. Like, is that just a... Because they make a point that both of them... I think it was... Both of them have the words Haru in them.
Yeah.
Is that just... Is HAL just like a... We localized it wrong?
Oh shit! Yeah, because the romanization of L's and R's gets mixed up.
Yes.
Oh my god!
So was this supposed to be Haru formula and not HAL formula?
Yeah, I think it is.
Misa, I'm gonna hope this wasn't your fault. I'm messaging you on YouTube. I'm sorry.
No, that
I'm assuming that came
that
from the
title
up.
is Japanese.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Like they didn't localize it.
But like, it's not even like a like. This is one where I actively feel like because no, sometimes it's like, oh, this was an artistic choice. So like when you, but it's like
But you
not.
can't call them Halu.
No, you call them Haru because they make a point in the first chapter to go. Both of our names contain Haru, and
No,
that
no,
is
no.
the thing.
I'm saying
that's
the
why it should be
title
called Haru formula.
In Japanese is HAL formula.
Haru.
The Japanese people got it wrong. It's not the localizer's fault.
Okay, it just like it's not because it's with stuff like that you can the way that you would Romanize it is different. Like literally, just had a thing watching freaking Library O'Hara's talk about the guy who's based off of Beethoven in the One Piece chapters. It's like here's 4 different ways you can read his name, but I think it's this one because he's very clearly supposed to be Beethoven. And it's like, but it's like it could have been completely different.
I mean, Stephen Paul knows what he's doing.
A completely different consonant sound. Well, no, he picked the one that was the right one.
Yeah.
But it's completely different consonant sound depending on your reading
that
of it.
Misa doesn't know what she's doing.
No,
Again,
like that's, I think you're right. I think this
I'm
is.
pretty
I
sure.
think this is a Japan ball drop here. Just because, it's like, why is it HAL? Like it's, and then it's like, it's Haru.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's
but yeah,
Haru.
That's got to be
That's what it should be
is.
called. It should be called Haru Formula.
That is what it is.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm
like, that's what I'm gonna do. As soon as we finish this episode, I'm gonna just go on the Discord and in the Shonen Jump the Jump, I'm gonna go, why the fuck is it HAL Formula? It should be Haru Formula, right?
I think Ben just posted about this problem.
What, where they localize it wrong?
On my way here,
where the Japanese
I
writer
saw him
doesn't,
post about the name of Light in Death Note.
Yeah.
And in like either the original translation or a fan translation or something, it was Raitu or something like that.
But that's the thing. You have to go, what did the author mean from how he wrote? What was it? Because clearly he's writing a Romanized English word.
Yeah.
But which one? Because both of them could work here.
So I think what happened was they went, oh, I want to use formula as in Formula One.
Yeah.
So we have to use the English word for that. So I'll do Haru in English. I'll write the Roman letters for it. But they put L instead of...
Yeah, because that's one of the ways that you can Romanize the Japanese characters he probably wrote. What the fuck?
Anyway.
This is even worse than Do Retry.
So I'm going back.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I'm
Great
sorry.
to good.
I needed to talk about that because it was like, why the fuck? And then that discovery.
So I think just overall, a lot of this has great stuff in it. And the reason I have to sort of shift down towards the end is so I can speed up when I come out of this turn, is to say that there were parts in here where the pacing did not work. We jumped too quickly to different scenes.
There's one that I cut. There's a part where before he watches with the other boys, he like loses, like something else happens, and I'm like, why would I include this? This doesn't, like, I was like writing the summary, and I'm like, this scene doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. The actual race parts, like we talked about, are sort of hard to follow most of the time. So I hope that he figures that out. But those are the big things that I have to go. Not quite great. You were close, but I'm docking points. We're going down.
Yeah. So that's your thinky things.
Yeah.
Or your feely feels.
I think I'm just going to go with a solid great. Those things that I said are detriments are not going.
Enough to dig
they didn't stop me from enjoying this. They gave me some pause, but I didn't go, ew. I definitely want to keep going. I really, really hope the chapter 2 pays off. I completely leave open.
You'll hear us talk about it next
Yeah,
week in the way that I talked about Animal Signal today.
I'm completely leaving open the possibility that it just does not work, but I am hopeful that it will.
Okay.
Green Greens was great, so
It was.
I have some trust in this author.
No, that's true. I should trust him. I do like Green Greens. Man, this is complicated because how I felt changed.
This is the opposite of what normally happens.
Yeah.
Normally you're like, I didn't like this. Oh, we talked about it. Now I like it.
I know. I think I just like when the vibes of it dissipated and all that was left was like, this is what mechanically happened and how I feel about the next chapter. It was like, I actually don't like what I see. I think it's good.
That's fair.
I don't think it's great. I don't think it's fine. I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
When I originally read it, I felt good to great about it. I was just like, I don't know if I was just in the right mood to read manga that day, but like everything I read that day, I was like, man, manga rules. This is the best. I read that. I read the second chapter of Animal Signal, and I read the new chapter of Ichi the Witch, which, like, motherfucker, Ichi the Witch is popping off this chapter, which it's been doing for ages now. Love Ichi the Witch. And I was just like, man, manga rules. And I hadn't felt that in a while.
Are you caught up on Kyoshi?
Yes.
Okay. Because that also
that was fun.
Was great.
Yeah, that was fun too. I think I read that another day then, or I think I read that at night then, not that little set of.
More specifically, the last week they wrapped up an arc.
Yeah.
That was just like, oh, that was great.
You know, fun
front
times.
to back.
Fun times.
10 out of 10.
But I felt a lot better about it. And I feel like now I just feel like fine about it. Like fine of like where's my parentheses, where's my money? Pay up, no really pay up now. Just because it just a lot of stuff felt
fine. I gave you a loan because I think you're good for it.
Honestly, yeah, because like I said, like as a one shot, this was great. As a manga that has to keep going and makes me interested in car racing, I think it did a bad job.
Yeah.
And I feel bad saying that because I like this author and I want them to succeed.
So to that end, I'm not interested in the racing. I'm interested in this kid going through this journey, and it happens to be that he's a race car driver.
I mean, I guess that's like maybe that is always my problem coming to all these sports manga and how much the sport doesn't matter, and that just bums me out because it's just like, well, the fulcrum that we've done again. This is me coming back to like everybody hurts, whatever the frig frag, love frequency, and going like the basic thing of like a comedy radio call-in show is like, I don't have a connection to this, and I don't think these jokes like even if everything else was great, the like the base upon which this is built is like very uninteresting to me, and the manga didn't really be a really good job selling that to me outside of that. This is a really scary thing they're all doing, but it's like, what makes one racer good than another outside of not being scared? Like clearly, you said everybody else on the track is being more crazy than you are. Like, how long can you keep this up? Are there going to be consequences to this behavior? Should you be doing this if you have to just be like completely like, yeah, fuck it, let's die? Like, I just don't. now that I've had emotional time to get away from it, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this. But like I said, I do know that at the time I read it, I felt a lot better about it. And now that time has passed, and maybe just because I'm tired today, and reading through the summer, I was just like, man, there's just a lot of little corners that are just like bumping my head on. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I think it's good. I feel it's fine. Sadly, again, it's fine. Pay up.
I think we'll get there. I'm hopeful.
I appreciate your hope, Brad. Would you buy? I almost forgot because I can't see the whiteboard, but I looked at the whiteboard.
No, but I would climb 3 flights of stairs.
I would not buy. I would walk up. I would ask you on the top of the 3 flights of stairs up how the manga is, honestly. I will read next week to know if I get paid, but I don't really want to expend a lot of actual energy to... I'll walk up 3 flights. No, I won't. I'm tired today. That's shifting. My body is tired. I'd walk up 2 flights. I'm not super jazzed about HAL Formula. I'm more excited to read Chapter 3 of Animal
2
Signal.
flights, that's like nothing.
And figure out... Exactly. And figure out what the new series is next week is about, because the character art looked fun, which doesn't mean anything, as we've learned, because sometimes fun art. See, what was it called? The Healy guy? The massage man?
Oh, Kanato's Magic?
Like, that art was like, I like this art, but then everything in it was kind of dog shit.
So many people still reading that on the flop cord and just every single week just ragging on it. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
I think it's the new Nue's Exorcist, because I know a lot of people just sort of hate Red Nue's Exorcist, and it was this wonderful community experience. And that
people
feels like
are into Nue's Exorcist now, though.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. It's really weird.
Is this one of those that people were into it ironically long enough that it just became unironically?
Maybe.
I mean, that's how that stuff works, so I don't know. Like, Kanato's Magic is bad in a way that it like that's trashy.
Honestly,
in a good bad.
Kanato's Magic is more disappointing to me than just like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things in it that I go,
seem interesting.
This could be so good.
What? Me reading fucking Fairy Tale, where I'm just like, man, there's some cool things popping up. It's a shame that so much other stuff is kind of bland and frustrating about it, because some parts of it are like, wow, that's really clever or creative, or popping off, and it's just like, ugh.
Well, Kanato's Magic's problem is not that it's bland.
Nope. You're eating something, but I don't know what it is. So yeah, Brad, let's cross the finish line on this podcast. Tell me what's up.
Something
is up.
Well, as always, we want people to talk to us about this stuff. So go on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com, and find our social links page, where you'll find all the links to the various social media that we're on. The main one, and the one where you should go and talk to us, is Discord. We've got a nice little Discord community. You can come on there. Tell us if you've ever raced. Are you into racing? I like racing video games. I'm pretty good at them. But I have never actually raced a car. I've driven a car very fast.
I know it said in your intro part.
Totally legally.
Yes.
But
is it pedal to the is metal METAL or MEDAL?
I guess it could be both.
I don't know. I'm going to Google that right now.
I mean,
sorry, continue.
it's metal as in the substance, because that's you put the pedal down to the floor of the car.
That makes more sense.
I like the idea
that
that pedal to the metal as in the thing you get around your neck. As in you're winning the race. I like that. I don't know if I've ever heard it in that context before.
Wow, you took me not knowing how to spell this idiom and made it into such an artful, interesting thing. Good job.
Although it's not pedal to the metal anymore, because cars don't have metal under the pedals anymore. I mean, there is
like
metal.
The floppy disk for the save icon.
But there's like plastic and rubber and carpet
yeah.
before the metal, so whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so come in our Discord. That's the place.
That's the place to talk to us. You can see me, as I just posted, why the fuck is it called HAL Formula, not Haru Formula?
Yeah. You can also leave a comment on YouTube or whatever. That's cool, I guess.
If you want to talk to Brad without me seeing it, that's the place to put it.
I mean, pretty much every other
pretty much
thing up there is if you want to talk to me and not Moxie.
You want to secret message him.
But you can also find a link up there to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like getting the high-quality stereo version of the episode early, except for this one, which is going to come out like 24 hours before the real one.
Hey, we said that we didn't need to do this anymore, and we still do it because we're stupid idiots.
Also, what else do they get? They get stuff, right?
They get bonus episodes.
Bonus episodes, that's the thing.
Of which we will have one in a couple weeks.
In a couple weeks. A month and a half, something like that. Once we get back to the actual
Once we get back
arc,
to Boy's arc.
we have... We said what it's going to be already. Right?
It already happened.
What?
Haikyuu came out. We said Boy's arc.
No, we said what the bonus episode was going to be.
Yeah, we're finally doing a bonus episode about all the chapters of Wise Beasts of Wizarding Wisdom, or whatever it's called.
So if you haven't signed up for the Patreon yet,
behind the paywall,
sign up for $1. That's all.
Great
it is.
bonus episodes, more coming.
Yeah,
get in there.
And then there's another thing, Moxie. You can tell them about your.
You also get, coming up later this year, we are doing the obligation arc. So if you are a patron, at least for 1 month, at $3 or higher, I believe we said.
Yep. Merchant tier or higher.
You get to tell us. You're gonna have to come into the Discord to do this. Or somehow message on Patreon. I guess that works too. You get to tell us.
You should come to the Discord.
A manga to cover for an episode. No strings attached. Anything I said I wouldn't do, we'll do. Again, you
might not be happy with the outcome.
The outcome will be what the outcome will be. I can't promise that I will like it or not be mean to it. But you could literally make us read whatever you wanted.
An entire episode.
Maybe it's something we said we'd get to. You can make us read it right away. We will do an entire normal episode on the manga you want us to read.
Yep.
We can dance to your fiddle. And at $3 for 1 month, that's a really cheap fiddle. So, come on, people. Again, that won't be for a couple of months. I don't think until the fall, I think, from our current prognostication, barring, of course, more jump drops if they keep coming at this rapid pace. But
it's on the sheet. I don't have it open.
Yeah. Some other arcs need to go by first because of planning reasons. But no, get excited for...
and a special guest.
What?
We're not going to tell you who it is.
No. Well, that's not the obligation arc, but that is coming up.
Probably before that.
I'm very excited. I'm going to try not to be a horrible parasocial monster.
We booked them this past week.
Woo!
Slimy Ochre is going to be real excited about that.
What?
I found out when I went on Blue Sky to message them that Slimy Ochre follows.
Yo! Oh, man. Somebody else that can feel weird and parasocial for a while. Cool.
Now Slimy Ochre gets to spend like a month trying to guess who it is.
Looking at all their blue skies and going, who is it? Speaking of Slimy Ochre, is one of our top patrons.
Actually, it's going to be really easy because they're just going to go on and see who I follow. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
You can message me specifically.
Or me.
And ask.
Yeah, how about you tell us about our wonderful patrons then?
Oh, I guess we could
about the
do
things
that
we've done that they get. And also you get to give us some dollars that help pay for our hosting, I guess. You know about that part more than I do.
We don't make nearly enough to pay for all of this.
You get to pay a tiny iota of some of our hosting costs.
But yes, as a Patreon member, you get a shout out, which is what's going to happen right now.
Goodness.
So first and foremost, at our noble tier, we have our crown prince, Slimy Ochre, who I was just talking about.
Hey, hey, let's dance all day. Boing, boing. Boogie, boogie, boogie. And then it just repeats. It does a little instrumental, but then it repeats.
Yep.
God, Polka for Gory was the best. I'm really glad I got the English version of it that doesn't make him a horrible sex pest.
Also, at our noble tier, we've got our Archduke, imaginary numeral.
Sekai Saimo, Sozo Saimo, Kokoe Saimo, Kishaku Sarete Seima, Kishnadare Ashte. Yeah.
That is much better than I thought we were going to get. So
it's just because it's phonetical.
Yeah.
I'll keep working on it.
It's phonetical.
Brad, send me that link on Discord. I'll work on it.
I don't have Discord open here.
Then don't do that.
I'll do it later.
I'll find it later.
At our noble tier, we've got our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf. Was that any good?
We're gonna find out in post when you edit it.
Okay.
It seemed good.
I think I got it.
You're good at whistling.
I'm all right at whistling.
You can whistle more than one note, or you can whistle at all, which is, again, leaps and bounds above me.
Anyways, we've got other patrons. Last and not least, even though they're at the end, we've got our commoner tier. And in our commoner tier, we've got some great people as well.
You're making this weird.
I mean, I started speaking
It's a
and it
Tuesday.
didn't work right,
This
so
is a
I'm just
Tuesday episode.
rolling with it.
Yep.
So we've got Rena, Last Man on Earth, and Laura Carroll. So thank you so much to all of our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Thank you, Brad, for doing it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts in our feed, because we've got some coming up in like a month or something. And, Brad, imagine if we did, the next time we had a racing car podcast, we did it while we were driving very fast in a car. So then when I had my crash out, we could literally crash out. You know, just like... This manga is bad, and then the episode would end.
HAL formula, which is unrelated to HAL Laboratories, the creators of Kirby.
Correct.
Maybe?
I think, isn't HAL... This is not... You're not the human to ask. I think HAL is Otacon's actual name, but I could be wrong. Or is that his dad? No. His dad's Huey.
Yes.
But I think he's actually named HAL
Maybe.
when he was a baby, and then he was like, I'm Otacon, but I could be wrong about that.
Because I'm a huge
I'm
nerd.
a huge weeb. It's just like one of my Japanese animes.
Who willingly gives themselves that nickname?
What, Otacon?
Yeah.
I don't think Otacon's a bad nickname. What vibe is there around the name Otacon before Otacon was around?
I mean, it's derived from otaku.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
why it's called Otacon. Otaku Convention. Hi, welcome to 2026.
What the fuck? Dude, I've very fitting for it. I've watched fucking, and not that I retained every piece of information, but I've watched literally all of the Chip and Ironicus Metal Gear Solid Let's Plays. Some of the most like complete Let's Plays on the fucking internet. That never came up ever. I've never thought about that before. Because I guess back when I learned about Otacon, we didn't know what otaku were. I'd never heard that phrase. I was a child.
Yeah, that was
Or a teenager. I've never thought about those
the
things
first
together.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Wild.
No, I think that's fair that you didn't know about it before, but
Are you sure?
yeah.
I know I shouldn't think about things, but like...
Well, that's the side effect of think about things. That's the monkey paw side effect, is that I always get questioned about it.
Yeah, otaku convention. He straight up says it. I'm gonna fucking unalive myself. Jesus fuck.
It's all right.
It's fine. In searching, I never finished that thought from before of looking at They Might Be Giants ones, of naming mine, of they might from my stand of coming up with ideas that are stupid, and then in hindsight, I'm like, wow, actually that was really clever, but I didn't mean it. Was They Might Be Giants, I Should Be Allowed to Think. And I don't remember what, it's some first wave band of the mayor of Simpletown. But I'm a big fan of I Should Be Allowed to Think. But I don't know if that fits. I just think that's a really good stand name. And then there was another old They Might Be Giants song that I found that I'm like, this isn't my stand power. This is just me of a song called, a stand called, This Describes How You're Feeling All the Time. Or which describes how you're feeling all the time. And I'm like, yes, I do feel a lot of strange things.
Hey, you spelled this wrong.
What?
It's not HAL formula. It's HAL formula.
Was it in all caps?
Yeah.
Sorry. On today's episode, rev up those fryers. This no. I guess rev your engines, right?
On today's episode, deet,
Dee, dee,
dee.
yeah. Yeah, actually, no. I kind of fucking love that.
Print it.
There you go. That's the best. Okay, let's see if I can do this gift I've given past Sunday me gave to me now of this lyric from yes.
Don't you mean with F1 being at the stop?
What? Why would you do this to me in front of these people digitally? Yes, I accidentally wrote stop on my thing because I'm typing very quickly.
The end.
Thank you. Parkour favore. Parkour favore. God, I love this guy. He's such a fucker. Dance all day. Gancho me! Iron Man for glory. Boing, boing. What is this called so I can find the lyrics? Because this will make my life singing it much easier. Can you send it to me on
Seventh
Discord?
Dragon 3. Code VFD 304. Chronicle 7.
Brad, shut the fuck
Annabelle.
up and slow down. I can't search all that. What does that mean?
It's in Japanese. You're not going to sing it.
I can look at them phonetically. What song is it? I found it. The 7 Dragon 3 Code VFD stuff. Brad, what's the theme called?
It's 304. At our noble tier, we've got our marquee, Slimy Okra.
Nope, that's wrong.
Why did I say that?
Say it right. You disrespected him
Why did
last time.
That's weird.
Why did I say porn instead of sports earlier, Brad? Our brains are cooked. This is why we don't record on Tuesdays normally.
How did it become that I do Cake Dwarfs and you do everybody else's?
You decided that. I never told you to do Cake Dwarfs. You
It
just
didn't happen on purpose.
because you could whistle.
Don't tempt me. My wife's car is in the shop today. It's a 2015. It's not doing great.
One last ride for a gimmick.
It's a beautiful ride. This is the Dewey Cox story.
No.
Have you never seen that?
No.
You would either love that or hate it.
Correct.
As with most things.
Correct. Yes.
I thought it's funny. Anyways, I think we're done.
Yes.